Hey, and welcome to the Driven for More podcast. I am your host, Stacia Ashbach. We're doing things a little bit different. I'll be real honest that I'm struggle bussing a little bit when it comes to taking the video of a podcast. Man, I can talk and talk and talk, but when it comes to, setting up where I'm taking the video, uploading the video. So I'm trying out some new software. So fingers crossed this works out well. I tried out a different software a week and a half ago, and that video has not been uploaded. So we see how that went. I also need to get a new computer. So I would love some recommendations of a computer. I think I'm going to end up breaking down and getting a freaking Mac. There, I think it's going to be worth it. I've just heard that the editing software on the Mac is just so nice, and especially the connectivity between an iPhone is what I'm really looking forward to using. Right now, I'm using Riverside, so I'm trying that out on the audio version of this. I will try video too. I've heard Riverside is good for having guests, so I want to definitely try that. I believe Zoom is just a heck of a lot harder to get it done that way. But I also do believe that there's another feature on iPhone that we can use. So that's fantastic. What's our updates? I haven't talked in a while. I'm sorry. Like I said, I've got a bunch going on. There's any excuse, but I didn't put priority over doing this because I put priority on other things, which I will tell you every single freaking day to put your family first, to put your kids first. That's what you need to do. That is what is going to make the most for you. It's all about making the memories. And this was a busy season. I think I talked about that before of like how do I navigate this busy season? We had skiing and two different basketball clubs, and then I've got two daughters in volleyball. And you may hear some turning signals because we are currently driving to a tournament in Minneapolis. So what better time than 4 hours in the car to chit chat with you and see what I can do for you. So I love it. But it was just a really busy season this last month. And with moving into our house, it is just a lot. I'm getting the processes down though to make sure that everything moves efficiently and smoothly. So that's what you need to do. If you ever think that you are overwhelmed, truly look at your processes and your systems and what you're doing to alleviate where your stress is at, or where your overwhelmed is at. I think that's where you're going to find your breakthrough. Is there anything that you can delegate, that you can outsource chores for your kids to do? And then also see, okay, are you doing jobs that are a outsourceable job that is not, equivalent to a huge amount? What I'm saying about that is I just hired a household assistant. I'm so freaking excited. Her first day was yesterday, and it was a huge help. She was at the house for 6 hours, and it it's just amazing. It's just taking that mental load off of me, and I can be able to make money to make up for that because of the mental space that she freed up, and then I'm not having to do that stuff, and it's stuff that I don't truly enjoy, and it also takes away from my time with my kids. So it's like a trickle down effect. I We moved into the new house. I was like, all right, I'm definitely going to need to hire some household help. The house is significantly bigger, and I want to level up. I want to get to the next level of me, and I'm going to need help to get there. So what are different things that I can outsource that are going to make our lives run much smoother? And a household assistant is one of those. I kind of trickled back and forth between, okay, am I looking for, what am I looking for? A mother's helper, a household assistant? What is the exact terminology? And so I went on care.com, not a sponsored post, nothing like that. That's how I found nannies in the past, and they've been fantastic. I haven't used it for a household assistant or a cleaner before. So I'm super excited. She was fantastic and so kind, and did a huge help with getting clothes put away because since we've moved into the new house, I am still unpacking and just try to, let's see if I can get through like 3 bins extra a week ish. So we're getting there. I still have like all of my garage stuff in a storage unit that I need to go through. So that's a huge pain in the ass. But let's just get the stuff done in the house first. So that was the huge thing on my list this month, and I'm so happy about it. I was talking to my business coach about it, not yesterday, the day before, and I told him, and he was like, "No, that's going to be significant help for you." It's kind of like in business when we were expanding enough that it was like, okay, how many, we used to call it $15 an hour jobs. It's no longer $15 an hour because we don't live in that society anymore. But what $15 an hour job am I doing that I can outsource so I can be doing $100 an hour jobs, $200 an hour jobs, these, $500 an hour jobs, whatever it is, sit down and take note of that. The same comes with, house cleaning too. How long does it take you to clean a house, to deep clean, all of these different things? Is it worth it to outsource and have someone come once a month, every other week? Can you afford it? Is it a little bit of a stretch? Does it make you uncomfortable? Or is it making you comfortable in a way that, man, I can achieve more and I can do more with having someone come help me? So this month I knocked off both of those. So I'm super pumped. It's going to be a huge help for myself and the family. And I'd really recommend you do the same if you're feeling, if you're feeling overwhelmed. See where that overwhelmed is coming from. And is that something that you can reasonably outsource? Or is there different systems and processes that you can create to help everything move smoother for you and your family? And that's on the personal side. That translates into work all the time too, especially if you are an entrepreneur and you're at that uncomfortable spot. Are you now the bottleneck in your business? That's when you know you have got to expand and you have got to start outsourcing and finding people better than you at different things. When you focus on being the best at everything in your business, there's a problem and you're going to become the bottleneck. You're going to become the issue and you won't even realize it. And then it's, for some people it's going to hit them like a wave and be like, "Oh my God, I am the problem." And it's just it's interesting when you start realizing and you start feeling that pressure is a great way to say what that feeling is, because that pressure speaks to a higher calling, a higher purpose that you have in life. I love the quote. I don't know whoever came up with it. I've heard it a multitude of times from people, but it is in my book. Pressure is a privilege. And it truly, truly is. That relates in every aspect of your life. From the time that you are a child and you're in sports with team sports, learning that pressure is a privilege there. I speak that to my kids all the time, but it really translates as well into your business, because if you're feeling the pressure, if you're feeling that, you are being called to serve higher. You are being called to level up, and you've got this. You are going to achieve the next level because of this. And that's just so exciting. And I'm I just it's such a great way it's a mindset shift. That's the best way to say. It's a mindset shift when you look at pressure being a privilege, because the bench warmers, they don't get pressure. No, they don't. It's the star player. It's the star players who feel under pressure. It is those who can perform and have the ability to perform who feel under pressure. That pressure is a good thing because it tells you it's time for you to level up. It's time for you to step into your calling, and it's time for you to serve. So that got a little preachy on you. I hope you felt it that way too, because that's how I wanted it. I did. And sometimes I can get in deep with these different things, and it's just it does. I want it to settle in. I want it to hit where you feel that and where you're going to notice that in your life, and how you can also translate that into, how you're raising your kids. I'm huge in blending all of this together. I always talk about how it's a work-life blend. It's not a work-life balance. It's all going to blend together. And where you can take different instances and you can learn from when you are working in your business or you're in a leadership position, and you can take that to your house in your home and be able to grow your children appropriately and raise them in a way that's going to build the next generation. That's where the importance lies. That is where you are going to have significant breakthrough in your home life. And for your children, I mean, the goal is to raise children who, as adults, do not need to recover from their childhood. That is the goal. That is what you are supposed to do with raising your children. You need to raise the children who are the adults of the next generation, who are going to become leaders, who are going to serve others. One of the things I was thinking about yesterday was, where I'd said before that, my goal is to build other people up, to make them the best version of themselves. And how can I do that? When it comes back to work, whether they're with me for a short while or they make it a career with me, I want them to be the best version of themselves. I truly do. And I want to help build that. But as a leader, I think the big difference between being a leader and a manager or being a leader and a boss is realizing that you are called to build the people who build the world. You help build the people who are going to build the world. And that is it. And that is what it's coming back to with raising your children too, is you're raising them to be amazing individuals who are going to build this next world and to make changes and differences in an ever-changing world that, we freak out nowadays and we're like, man, like if this existed when I was a kid, I would have had this, and this, and this. It's like, yeah, we would have, but we didn't have that. And now these guys have that, and we can't treat it like it's a bad thing because it's not going away. It's not changing. It's like, I can't believe, you didn't have to use the card catalog or the dictionary and all that blah, blah, blah stuff. Like, okay, they don't. They have a different version. But I think, the kids nowadays, we're going to come into a shortage of actual critical thinking. With not having critical thinking skills, that's going to suffer. I tell my kids all the time, I want them to learn how to use AI. I want them to use it appropriately, but I would love for them to use it as a brainstorming tool and not just them to brainstorm. I don't want ChatGPT or Gemini or Gronk to brainstorm everything for you. I want them to be a creative sparring partner with you. That is my goal with AI. AI is to build value and bring value to yourself. Because if you don't know how to use AI, someone else who does will get your job, will get the job that you want. And that's just the full honesty of the world. That's just it. If you are not learning AI, someone who is taking the time to learn it is going to replace you. So taking, even just an hour a week to learn AI, to play with it and everything like that, just to see how to better yourself is just, it's so valuable. And I really think that you should take the time to do so. Okay, I got a little squirrely on this episode. I don't even, it was just a mixture of going back and forth. But I really think that the big thing of like the huge value add of this podcast here was really just saying pressure is a privilege. Whether you are a leader, you're a parent, or both, if you are feeling pressure from all different sides, realize that you're being called to serve higher and figure out where that higher is. Whether that is with your family, with your business, with your community, figure out where that is, outsource appropriately, free up that mental space, and take control. You got this. I have faith in you. So I love it. Thank you for listening here. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I am going to hopefully use this software a little bit more, but if it sucked, please tell me because I need to know this stuff. I'm going to be dabbling with some of it here in the next few weeks I may go a little bit more just audio only as I'm driving in the vehicle a lot over the next few weeks because welcome to the sports mom life. But I'm going to do that. So I would love for you to subscribe. Please drop me a rating and check me out. I'm on TikTok. You can find me at Stacia Ashbach. But the Driven for More podcast is everywhere. I'm also on Instagram. So you can find me public profiles on Instagram and TikTok for at Stacia Ashbach. Otherwise, follow the Driven for More podcast. I can't wait to talk to you guys next time. Have a good day. Bye.